Hi guys, it's a pleasure to be here on this platform. Um, as said, my name is Masi, Nyasha, and I'm 37 years old. I'm a lesbian and the mother of one who's turning 17 now. Um, the main problems that we usually get, like I'm gonna speak about the problems that we do get is the LGBTI community, like let's say at the home affairs. Mostly um, my group members or the members of my community have come and reported back to me when we send them to the Home Affairs to go get documentation, irregardless that they have got letters from the Legal Resources Center, from FASOP, or sometimes from Labrini, they still get questions at the Home Affairs. Some to the extent of being told, would you like us to give you an officer, either male or female, to go and check on your sexuality, on which what sexual organ you have, for you to be saying that maybe you're transgender, intersex, and also lesbian or gay. We've got one person that was actually told that he's not gay when he had gone to the Home Affairs, and they said you have to prove to them, to the officers, for him to get documentation. And the guy could not proceed with the getting of the documentation, and it's been now 12 years that he's been staying in this country illegally. Going back home, he cannot go back home because the family has already scratched him out of their family, and he has to now rely on Pachedu. That's kind of the problems that we have with our members of Pachedu. You get some of them that are not documented and they go to the clinic for help. And because most of us, due to our economic hardships, we cannot afford to stay in maybe better locations or areas that we can get. So we have to go to the local locations or clinics in the high density suburbs here. And most of the nurses that are there, they can actually victimize them, or they are homophobic. Instead of getting help from them, they'll actually turn you out and maybe tell you to go somewhere else. That is where we have to go to Triangle to get some help and get a letter for help from, I think it's Caroline, that we usually work with in Triangle, that is on Nestle, to get ourselves a letter to maybe go and get further seen by the doctors in the hospital. We have also issues of, if I'm speaking quick, please don't mind to get off the mic and tell me. We also have issues whereby most like in a month back, we had a member that was attacked in Langa. That is a high density suburb here in Cape Town. The member that was attacked had to go and report his case to the police, who turned him back because apparently they knew the people that had perpetrated the crime, and they were not willing to get just a letter so that he could go to the hospital. He went to the general clinic in Langa, and he was also turned away from the general clinic in Langa. He had to go to men's clinic, and then men's clinic had to write letters for him to get seen at the hospital that is near men's clinic in Greenpoint. These are some of the problems that we face as gays, lesbians that are migrants, or we coming here to come and access papers. Most of them now are now ignorant to the extent of they don't want to be in the Home Affairs or to go to the Home Affairs to try and get themselves papers because of what they've heard, stories that they've heard, others coming back with the feedback of not being given the right treatment or attention by the Home Affairs. Um, if I can also go further with speaking about how COVID has affected us. Most of us, we work in the informal sector, like we don't have like proper documentation or education, since maybe when we are coming from our own countries, we were hindered to go further into our education or to get general GED for us to be able to maybe get good jobs, or maybe go further with our education. So you find out that most of us are working in the restaurants, some are sex workers, some do what we call chars, that is just standing in the road and looking for money or a job that can give you 100 Rand or 150 Rand um, for you to be able to fend for yourself. So when COVID hit us, we found out that in our group, we had more people that were turned away from work or that were fired from work because of documentations. And now we've got a lot of people that are not going to work, and it's been quite difficult for us with rentals, with food, and yeah, everything has been quite difficult. We've got people that have also chronic diseases that have got a guy that is diagnosed with cancer, and we've got a lot of our medication or documentation that have gone into sex work. Some of them are now HIV positive, and for them to get proper medication or going to the clinic for them to get some medication because they're not documented. And like these days, the clinic is asking for your paperwork forefront. Some of them have now defaulted on their medication, and yeah, that is what is happening. So that is more about Pachedu. We are usually there to support each other emotionally, and because now things are a bit hard and we cannot be able to, we're not able to like take care of each other like we used to, because like there's no longer that other excess money that we used to have. uh, that will be all about Pachedu. I'm really sorry for the guys that I get a bit emotional, because like most of now, like most of the people that we have in our group, um, we've got a couple that are now staying in the streets because they couldn't afford to pay for their rentals, and they were like evicted from the houses that they used to stay in. We've got like the other guys in our community that have been staying like now 10 or 15 people in a house so that they can be able to help each other with rent and with other basic necessities. And of course, I really thank Triangle, they and B and the Food Basket, because mostly they try on a monthly basis to at least get us like vouchers, food vouchers, that we can be able to get food. B also sometimes he sends e-wallets to members of Pachedu for them to pay rent, electricity, water, and all. And we're really thankful for the organizations that we have been working with. Those are the only organizations that we have worked with as Pachedu, and those um, they're like our pillar of strength. So we know that if we need anything else, we go to this person and that person can help. Um, Recently, B and his organization, they were able to send money for on the 1st of October. We didn't know where we were going to get the money, and the money was needed forefront for him to be booked for the operation. And with you guys, we wouldn't have made it, we wouldn't have gotten him into the list for him to get an operation. So yeah, thank you so much, guys.